Hi, this is Rock. We're going to talk about mouse tips today. First, starting in the mouse settings. So this is in Windows 11. The mouse button, the primary mouse button, can be left or right. The mouse pointer speed, which is how fast your mouse moves across when you move it by a certain amount on the mouse pad or on your desk. If you change this, see what happens here. I have to move, and sometimes I might need to lift up my mouse to get it to keep going all the way across the screen. So I have at different points in my life put it all the way as high as it would go. Some people like it that way, and I can see that point, but a lot of times what I need is more precise. What I'm working on is I have to be able to move something very, very slowly across the screen when I'm making videos. So this is where I keep it now. It's absolutely up to you what you like, but what I want is for you to be conscious about what you're choosing and how you're setting your mouse so that it works best for you. Enhanced pointer precision, I need that. How many lines at a time do you scroll when you use the mouse wheel? One screen at a time? I don't do that. Multiple lines at a time, that works for me. Lines to scroll at a time, 3 is about what I've found. Whatever works for you, but again, this is about figuring out and knowing that you have some options here, some settings, at least in Windows 11, these are the ones. Okay, so let's take a look at some specific things and recommendations that I have about using a mouse. So again, I'm going to put in a nice big array of 1,000 rows and 1,000 columns here. So scrolling down to the bottom of this, when I work with people, I often sit there watching them scrolling, and I want to say, and I'm saying it now, it's faster to grab this and just take it down as far as you need it. That's going to be pretty fast. I was talking about in an earlier video using the control arrow. Absolutely, that's the way to go. I'm a keyboard fan. But if you are using the mouse, grab this and that'll help you get to where you want to go faster. Unless you know exactly where you want to go, and then you can just type it into the name box, such as I want to go to R100 and hit enter, and it'll take you there. That's even faster. But if you just want to look at your data and cruise across the top of it, please just grab the scroll bar. Note too that it's fast to click here to do a page by page. You know you have, or many keyboards have, a page up and page down key. But also know that clicking in this space on the scroll bar is the same as the page up or page down. Now that page up and page down is not a specific number of rows in Excel, because you'll notice if you zoom out a bit, it still is going page by page. So the amount that you go on a page up or page down or on a click here on the scroll bar is all contingent on your zoom setting and how many rows are here, because it's actually going page by page. All right, so you saw me zoom there, but I did use the mouse for that. So I highly recommend using control. So hold the control key down as you scroll in order to zoom in and out, as opposed to coming down here and using the plus or minus. This is a slower way to do it. I don't know why anybody would use this down here when you have the ability to scroll. So that's a couple of things about navigating with the mouse. I have to say one of the best inventions ever after the left mouse click was the right mouse click. There's so much that the right mouse click, especially in the latest versions of Windows, they really take advantage of all the functionality that can be offered with a right mouse click. I love right mouse click. I use it a lot. It's context sensitive, so it's contingent on what you have selected, what features appear when you right click on the mouse. Like With here having columns selected, I have some options here for doing things with columns. Whereas if I just had cells selected, I have a different set of options with the right mouse click. Also, if I right mouse click on the tab for the worksheet, I have different options down here. So just keep in mind that the right mouse click is going to be context sensitive. It's going to know what you have selected and give you the option to access icons and other commands very quickly through that right mouse click. Those are some pointers about the mouse, and hopefully it helps you feel more productive. Being able to do things quickly on the computer helps you stay focused on the problems you're trying to solve and not worry about the interaction with the computer. So I'm really excited because our next video is our first video where we start getting into Excel functions. So we'll be looking at the sum function, which is the most basic of the functions. See you there.